order one of those Diet Soap capsule packs through you?
This unit has exhausted its library of pre-approved responses. Resetting library now.
It's real fortunate that you're useful in a fight,
All germs and contaminants have been neutralized. Wrong tool for the job. Sterling is this unit's middle name.
I am a troll!
Resistance to training. Sanitize that contaminant.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur. Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building. We hauled in steel. Hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first. But for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable. Believe me, I had my complaints. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family. Caroline. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
Dirt alert! Dirt alert! Sanitize that.
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This, bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you. You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest. You know, I've been assuming this entire stay on your ship thing isn't a permanent arrangement. Part of my contract? That said, you ain't been eaten or shot to death yet. Says a lot about the stability of your future. And to be honest, I'm about sick of sleeping on bar stools. So how's about this? You keep letting me stay on that ship of yours, and I'll keep shooting at the things you point at. Outstanding.
sea, hay que comprar un teclado, ¿no?
¿Eh?
Que hay que comprar un teclado.
Vale. Cómpralo.
¿Eh?
Cómpralo.
Entre los dos.
No hace falta.
¿Qué?
Que cambiar las teclas y ya está.
Pero si no va la W y no, encima no puedo cambiar los controles.
Compras un mando.
Tony, que el teclado va a ser de los dos y lo vas a utilizar los dos. ¿Cómo que va a ir sin W por la vida? Coño, que encima ahora que papá te va a dar dinero no tiene ni huevo de poner 15 euros. Que 30 vale ya un teclado.
That contaminant.
¡Ole! Nivel 21.
God fulfilled.
Ole, ¿cómo se ve, no, Andrea? ¿Pero qué haces? ¿Vas a hacer alguna misión o algo?
¿Qué?
¿Vas a hacer alguna misión?
¿Qué?
Que si vas a hacer alguna misión o algo.
Sí.
Nico Bellic. Niku. Miku. Andrea, que va, lo que pasa es que el coche es lento.
No va, que se me... que lo sabré yo mejor que tú estoy jugando yo.
Sí, ya veo que te has frenado y te has estrellado más veces. No sabes ni cómo va un coche.
Vale, pues ahora verás cuando... Yo voy a estar todo el rato acelerando.
¿Acelera o no? Yo creo que sí, pero vaya.
¡Otra vez! ¡Juega y verás, coño!
Huh? Oh, I am alert and awake. Not to worry. Destination reached. Scylla.
Va.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
¿Va bien? Si no te deja cambiar controles, pues ya está, Andrea, no sé.
No lo que hay, ¿no? Te compramos otro teclado porque encima no va.
¿Pero por qué me hablas así? ¿Qué he hecho yo?
¿Qué?
¿Te he hecho yo algo?
¿Qué?
¿He hecho yo algo?
¿De qué?
No sé, me hablas así, digo, a lo mejor te he hecho algo. Porque no vaya el teclado o no, el mando no lo hayas configurado. Fue mi culpa. Nico Bellic.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see, or a you've aged, old man? I thought you were dead. Or throwing yourself against the walls of some re-education center. It's been 5 years, Clyde. The best thing you can say is, hey there, Hullhead?
No, Felix. The best thing I can say to you is yet to come. Also, I'd like to have a word with your captain. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy. That one day, he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him. I understand that Felix is part of your crew, at least for now. If the thought of losing him troubles you, then understand that you're helping him solve a problem for an old friend. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely. Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
We get rid of this traitor for you and I'm in? I mean, assuming I want it.
We're building a new world together, Felix. You'll want in. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token. Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I have to deal with? Let's hear it. A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's reckoning. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's oversight. Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the board will fall to pieces. Entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we will be ready. Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own means, independent of any masters. One day, when the board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this system for ourselves. Until then, we bide our time. The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's sphere of influence is shrinking. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tries to lay siege to us, we'll make them pay. Something on your mind?
Easy now.
did not expect you back so soon. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker. I'll lock up behind you.
Está bugueado, mira. La poli, la poli. Vamos por culo.
You mind? Trying to have a moment here. Yeah, I was called that once upon a day. You need something? Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. That's Harlow's mark. No mistake. Guess he's not letting this one go. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus. Not on my account. Hey, easy. I'm just trying to go about my day. Don't need some hired thug glaring me down. Rufus and his band of merry gun hands are hiding out in Emerald Vale. I swear, that's all I know. Not inclined to answer your questions. Not after the way you talk to me. Yeah, all right. What else did you need? That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to. Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
He must have been recruiting, gathering up his band of revolutionaries.
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fella. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus. Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order. No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I. Appreciate it. No offense meant, just been a long day is all.
Nico Bellic. Pobrecito, ¿no? ¿Te sacarás el platino de este juego o qué?
¿Qué?
¿Te sacarás el platino de este juego?
Please, would you kindly inform the crew that long chats with Ada are...
De los platinos, los platines.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater.
Hace calor, ¿no? Yo tengo calor. Voy a abrir.
¿Por qué?
Hace calor.
¿No hace calor?
Voy a abrir un poco, ni que sea. Se carga, la habitación se carga. Oh. Y la dejaron bailar. Y la mamá está loca. Vaya porrazos le mete.
Pero si no va a querer que la haga.
¿Sabes que se empezó a romper cuando traíste el teclado aquí abajo, no?
¿Qué?
Lo sabes, ¿no?
¿Qué?
Se empezó a romper cuando traía el teclado aquí abajo.
Lo utilizaba yo mucho.
Ah, pues mira qué casualidad, oye.
También mi silla está rota y todo. Aquí no va a poner nada, pues ya está.
Mira como la mía no está apenas rota. Y costó la mitad que la tuya. Ah, no me he viciado en esta mesilla, no.
Mira, que a mí no quererte la cabeza, que yo también he roto mi silla y ya está, y no me la pienso pagar.
Yo no te he roto la silla, pero bueno.
¿Qué?
Que yo no he roto sillas ni nada.
Pero si no hubiese utilizado tú, hubiese estado a la mitad.
Putting trash in its rightful place for more than 70 years.
Mira, Andrea dejó de bailar. David Atuel, que está en Fortnite.
Let me know when you're ready. Taking in the scenery?
Mira, Andrea. Serán peor, claro.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me. Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying. How do I know that I can trust you? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions, it's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Take it you've made up your mind. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. You're never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Clyde Harlow, agent of the board. Yeah, that sounds even more insane out loud than it did in my head. Then again, Trask knew he was a dead man. Could have been trying to shift the blame. I can't imagine Clyde working for the board. But we owe it to ourselves to find out. Trask said he stashed the evidence in a vent back at the base. We should go take a look.
Industrial stain. Job application flawlessly finished. One order of spick and span coming up. Fingers and toes clear of unit moving parts.
That's the last of them!
It's a day's choice.
Irte a cualquier sitio, porque es que te sientes incluso maltratado como Willy, que es que no, además que el vídeo era una tontería, es un gameplay de un videojuego, por supuesto, que lo pongan para más 18, ok, vale,
Ya está,
no pasa
claro.
nada, no es ningún drama. Yo en The Last of Us 2, que es un juego que hice en mi canal, hay un vídeo que tiene una escena que es de sexo entre la protagonista y un chico. Tío, lo ponen ahí, me lo pusieron para más 18, fantástico, muy bien, gracias.
Pues vale.
Ya está. Si yo ya lo sabía, de hecho el vídeo se titulaba algo así como este vídeo no lo voy a monetizar. Porque cuando vi la escena digo, es que esto cuando lo ponga...
Mozambique here.
Lo tenía claro. Pero no pasa nada, no hay ningún problema, pero que para una cosa así te censuren y luego podamos estar hablando de matanzas, que también se tendría que poder hablar. Yo lo que creo es que se tiene que hablar de todo. Mientras no te metas con nadie, mientras no vayas a lo tóxico. Me da igual.
Simplemente
una guerra,
que se
explícala.
segmente el público, si realmente quiere
o cualquier cosa, de repente es como que salta una alarma y pero que es absurdo, es como si me dijeras que una peli de la Segunda Guerra Mundial no lo puedes pagarla por ella. Porque se habla de un tema chungo, entonces...
I am a dirty, autonomous digital astrogator, Sam. I haven't cleaned my internals in ages. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system? I shall happily comply with your order, just as soon as we have a laser weapon system. The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas B. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. Take care. I require a functioning captain to run a ship.
Status report. 13 jobs scheduled for area maintenance.
Están pegando a Roman. Roman. Hey, Roman.
¿Qué va?
Mamá huevo. ¿Tú qué haces?
What's the word?
You really want to do this? Resuming passive mode.
What was that? What was that? Heads up, I'm the best there ever was!
Invasive contaminant detected. Watch on.
Let up!
Después de cenar voy yo, Andrea.
¿Qué?
Que después de cenar voy yo.
No sé, toda la mañana y toda la tarde. Ya está.
No he tenido toda la mañana, ¿eh?
Si por la noche vamos a comer de esto.
Bueno.
¿No has tenido toda la mañana?
Te he dicho después de cenar yo. ¿Entiendes lo que te digo o no?
No has tenido de las 12 hasta las 6.
No lo he tenido hasta las 6. Eres tú la que no ha querido jugar. Y ahora te he dejado. Eres tú la que no ha podido configurar el mando y se ha enfadado.
Así que no me calientes la cabeza, hijo.
Se has jugado tú ahora, después me toca a mí. Si eso, después a ti.
Tú jugando 6 horas y yo 2, vale.
No he jugado 6 horas. No he jugado 6 horas. Se han estado descargando cosas. No he jugado 6 horas.
Se me la suda.
A mí me la suda que también estés jugando ahora.
Pesado que eres, coño.
Lo que no puede ser es que ahora tengas tu ordenador.
Yo es que tú llevas desde las 2 hasta las 6 y yo de 2 a 8, ¿vale?
No me cuentes cuentos. Que yo no he estado jugando. ¿Qué te has apuntado tú? ¿Qué te has apuntado tú?
Que vale.
Me suda lo que te apuntes. Yo me he apuntado que has podido jugar y no has jugado. Eso es lo que me he apuntado yo.
Sí.
Que has podido jugar desde después de comer y no has querido. Eso es lo que me he apuntado yo.
Si me has dicho que tú después de comer, que después de comer. ¿Qué me estás contando? Coño.
Que llevas tú ya un buen rato.
Vale.
Y lo que no puede ser es que tú...
¡Que me dejes en paz, coño! ¡Hostia, no me dejas ni jugar tranquila!
Después de cenar, voy yo. Y se
Vale,
acabó.
lo que tú digas.
Ya está, no tiene más.
Vale, padre, tú eres mi padre.
No
Yo
soy-
haré lo que tú me digas.
No soy tu padre. Llevas 2 horas o 3.
Ahora me dice que me dé un cabezazo y me lo doy.
No, te digo que te vayas de aquí cuando acabe. Es lo que te digo.
Vale, tú me echas cuando te salgo los huevos, porque eres mi padre, ¿vale, padre?
Yo no te he hecho, solo te digo que ya
Que vale,
llevas un buen
papá, que
rato.
vale, papá, a veces lo que tú me digas, papá.
Vale. Tú tranquila. Tú sigue así.
I've taken the liberty of having Sam clear up some floor space. We didn't really need that crate of toilet paper, did we?
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the Board is just abhorrent to me. I just hope I never turn out like that. Selling my soul for a fistful of bits. I ought to thank you for that. Keeping me on the straight and narrow. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
We are now in orbit. Above the... Stand him, Captain. Destination reached. The groundbreaker.
No, no la apagues.
Ya tome usted,
¿Por qué? ¿Qué pasa?
No me ha dicho que me estaba queriendo, pues yo me voy.
Yo no te he dicho nada. Solo te he dicho que después de cenar me toca a mí porque llevas toda la tarde. Ya está.
¿Qué pasa ahora?
Le he dicho después de cenar toca a mí que tú has jugado toda la tarde y te lo he dejado, pero ella no quería jugar porque no le conectaba el mando. Y se ha cabreado porque tú no me mandas, tú no sé qué. Y hombre, si lleva jugando, luego quiero descargar.
Te dije que no quería comprar el PC, te lo dije.
Pero...
Porque va a pasar esto. No me vengas diciéndome que las culpas son de uno y de otro. Las culpas de los dos. Porque no os ponéis de acuerdo nunca.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Que tengo yo que agacharme la oreja ante todo
No,
lo que dice ella?
ni tú
¿Que sabes
ni
cómo
ella.
es ella y cómo soy yo? Lo sabes bien, ¿eh? ¿Sabes bien cómo
Ya
es de
estoy
envidiosa
hartico de
ella?
ordenador, ¿eh? Ya estoy hartico de
Pero ¿por
ordenador. Y lleva horas aquí.
Déjale. ¿Quién lleva ahora aquí? Pero yo no toco los
No
cojones.
me calientes la cabeza, vete
Yo
para
no toco
adentro.
los cojones.
Vete para adentro.
Yo estoy al lado.
Vete para adentro, te he dicho.
Siempre igual, oye.
Cuando dije de comprar el ordenador. fusil de 2 hermanos, darlo por culo todo el santo día.
Mira, que me la suda, que voy a jugar esta noche y se acabó. Ya está. Me voy a tocar más los cojones. Me dejo toda la tarde y encima me da por culo.